up, what up, what up? Let me make sure I got some certain things here. Let me see here. Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure before I deleted this. What up, Southtown Juice? About to set up this little podcast about this momentum and this retrograde. Oh man, this is Mr. Composition MC that writes fiction, and I got dual recording going on here, so just so that way y'all can see what I'm doing. Yes, I got this, I got that going on, and yes, because what I do is I put these, what up, Urban Sweet? What I do is I record these on here, and I record as well as the microphone aspect of things. Good. Hey, what's good? I am chilling like a villain, getting stuff recorded, navigating this retrograde, getting things organized. What's good with you? Chilling here. Man, you know, one of the things that I'm hearing consistently is just how this Mercury retrograde, this time period in general, has been leaving a lot of people very tired, to say the least. You know, it's like, you know, you got all these things you're trying to do, but this Mercury retrograde, being that it is the last one of this year, being that there's all these other planets that are in retrograde, and what does even the retrograde even mean? It is a slowdown. By way of observing a planet, it is a slowdown of a planet's regular rotation so much that as the other planets are rotating, it appears as if the planet that is slowing down is moving backwards. So symbolically, as above, so below, what's going on up there, you know, some effect here. And what does Mercury represent as far as a planet? Is a planet of communication. How do we communicate? Technology is a big aspect of that, by way of our computers, our cell phones, you know, our day-to-day, everything like that. And so there's a slowdown as far as with that, and it appears that things are moving back. It appears as if you're taking one step forward and 8 backwards. But again, the whole main aspect of this is appear. It is not actually moving backwards, you know? And so when looking at what's going on right now, you know, the reason why I feel like this is so important in this particular time is, what have we learned as far as 2020? What have we learned? Because if you're like myself and you looked at 2020 and you were so excited to get back in motion of doing things, and you went through this year or this period or this quarter in the ways that you were moving prior to the pandemic, meaning that if you were unorganized, if you were taking on too many engagements, if you were overworking yourself, if you were, you know, over committing, you know, all these different things, constantly burning out, you know, burning the candle at both ends. If you did that prior to 2020, and then you came into 2021, when things started opening up and you could do more things, and you started doing things the same way you did, this is going to feel like hell for you, this particular retrograde, because it is telling you and showing you to slow down. You don't have to move like you're in a race. You know, like that's what a lot of what this time is showing me right now. It's just all like, look, it appears and feels like you got, you know, all this, you're excited to get back in and, you know, all these other things. But slowing down to look at, okay, how is my eating? How's my communication as far as with those close to me? How is this? How is this? Because the reality is, you know, I look at certain things and I try to take into consideration what really matters, you know, and to everyone that's different, you know, but in particular, there's a YouTuber, his name is Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews. He does a lot of stuff in regards to relationships, in regards to man empowerment as far as for men to better themselves and different things like that. He's a person who, you know, is given a lot as far as to not just black men, but men in general. Gives a lot. He has a great balanced insight. He'll bring women on, get their viewpoint. They'll have amazing dialogue that I think has to happen more and more within our community. But recently, I want to say he's like 35 or something like that. So he's in like his mid-30s. Works out from his account and different things like that. He's, you know, fairly healthy. And he speaks about these things like getting your checkups and everything like that. Recently, he had found out that he has cancer. I want to say it was testicular cancer, and that they caught it in time to where it's nothing as far as like that'll take him out, you know, terminal or anything like that, but he does have to get one of his testicles removed. Now, it does not mean that he won't be able to have kids, you know, because that was one of the things he, you know, had thought about and asked the doctor and different things like that. You know, he'll still be able to have kids from his own, you know, stuff and everything like that. But, you know, when there was another YouTuber, you know, talking about giving people their flowers while they're still here and different things like that, you know, he was talking about how it doesn't matter what project or goal or different thing like that, you know, matters when life happens. You know, all that's going to matter is those people that you were close with, that you connected with, that, you know, all these different things. And it shouldn't have to take us when it's too late or about to be too late or all of these things in order for us to wake up and be like, okay, let me actually look at this. On the middle of like just the regular day to day, like that, those realities happen, you know, in different ways, you know, but on top of all of that, we're dealing with a whole entire pandemic, and people are just all like, well, you know, what that, you know. This Mercury retrograde is asking us to slow down, and that way we can kind of, because you can, it's not hopeless. If you take a look and slow down, you can be able to be like, okay, I have these chips over here, I have this over here, you know, this, you know, now I have this here, and you can see so often when it comes to, you know, a lot of what it is that we're doing or building, we can look at everything and be like, okay, cool, I have this here, I have this here, I have that there, let me go ahead and move without creating a plan, without creating as far as like, okay, like even though I have these tools or I have the things for what it is that I want to do, you didn't sit there and even have a plan or strategy on how to even accomplish these things. And when it comes to this Mercury retrograde, it's asking you like, okay, you have your tools now, you have everything, and you think that you're ready to go all guns blazing, ready to knock out what it is that you're needing to do. But you don't have a plan. You don't have a plan yet. And so being able to take the time to rest, have that plan, is going to help with maneuvering through. If there's anything during this time, with it being the fourth quarter, with it being as far as all of the end of the year, the going from the fall to the winter, all of those different things, it is important to take those times of breath and be able to maneuver through what's next, So I just wanted to get on here. Like I said, I go live every day trying to get, building up momentum, my project, my 3-part project with, the Most Random Manga Volume 1 Momentum, the EP, the Momentum EP, as well as the CBD products, the Momentum CBD products. So, hey, when it comes to dealing with this Mercury retrograde, when it comes to dealing with this time, if you feel tired, get some rest. The work is going to be there. I know at times you feel like, I gotta get this done, No, you need to be alive. You need to be, focused. You need to come at it, with your best self. So being able to take that little bit of rest time, so that way you're not having to redo things in the future, like redo all of these things. Just take the rest now. It's okay, because the 30 minutes, the hour, the 1 day or whatever that you set aside for the rest can save days, if not months, So taking that time to rest. A lot of this retrograde, a lot of people are feeling very lethargic. It's like, why is that? Because you're doing too much. Like, me included. I've been having to take, I don't even normally take naps, but it's just this time of like, you're doing this, you're doing this, you're doing this. When you get a time to rest? So take this time, this Mercury retrograde going on to, I think, October 18th, and we got a post-shadow period. Take that time to be able to rest and also strategize, have the actual goal, like you have the goal, but how to get to that goal. One of the things when I was building up this shed, converted it into a place for me to actually sleep and stay in, the goal sounded great, which was convert this shed. But how that was going to get done, I watched a couple of YouTube videos, different things like that, you have to have a plan in mind. So, with that being said, this is Miss Composition, the MC, that writes fiction. This is the Momentum number 5, so now, tomorrow will be 6. So now we're caught up. Here. So, anyways, make sure to check the link in the description to get my manga, the most random manga ever, as well as copping the Composition CBD Prerolls as we prepare for the other expansion, aspect of, or momentum aspect of things. But anyways, if you're listening to this on the podcast, make sure to add this to your playlist. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to hit the like, subscribe, notification bells.
Darkness, turn the galaxy into my office. Translating thoughts into deep science. Got the sun in my pocket, build your resilience. So when the next winter cycle comes, I prepare with no losses. The work of the solo, it's a boss. At the